All right, let's welcome a Reverend Claudia Acerra on her topic of peace. We're so delighted to have you. And you can take the floor, Reverend Claudia.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Joe, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, perfect. I call this talk today A World in Peace. You know how we say a world in chaos? I'm calling this one A World in Peace. And today's inspirational readings on peace are as follows. First, from the Bible, from Isaiah 9:6. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. And from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, verse 29, a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy such desires. And finally, from Mahatma Gandhi, peace is not merely a distant goal, but the journey we walk today. So, greetings and blessings again to all of you. It's so good to be here with you this morning on the second week of Advent. I'd like to start this morning's talk with a very short story, but a meaningful one, called The Two Wolves. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside me, he said to the boy. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He has anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. He continues, the other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside of you and inside every other person too. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? The old Cherokee simply replied, the one you feed. So when we think about Advent in unity, we think about a time of hope, joy, anticipation, expectation, leading up to the acknowledgement of a deeper connection, understanding, and celebration of the Christ showing up as us and in us in all ways. Some of us may also celebrate the birth of our way shower, our elder brother, the self-realized master, Jesus the Christ, upon whose teachings primarily the unity movement has been built. And no matter how we individually see it, it has the promise to be a time of great joy, anticipation, love, faith, and peace. We are in a mindset of happy expecting. Something good is on its way. And some of this, no doubt, goes back to our youth and family traditions. No school, presents under the tree. Will I get those things I really wished for? And if I polled each one of us here today at our present level of spiritual development and asked, what are you hoping for this Advent season? What would you tell me? And if I became even more direct and asked, who amongst us does not want more peace in his or her life, in the world today? And would that gift change and heal us? How much peace is in your life today, my dear ones? How important is peace to you? What things would you place before peace in your life today? And if I had a magic wand and said, no matter what happens to you today, you can maintain your peace, how would that change your life? How would that change what you worry about, where you place your focus, how you act, what you do, what you say, what you think, and how you think. Did you ever think about this? Is peace a byproduct of a certain way of being or living, or is it a quality of the divine? And since we are little marbles off the divine block, something inherent in us intrinsically? I often thought to myself, why did Charles Fillmore not include peace as one of the powers of man? Maybe, he thought, if one has all 12 powers in alignment and perfect balance, you would have peace no matter what. I don't know. I don't know the answer. But what I do know is I hold peace to be a critical quality of living and also a great personal goal. If we had persistent faith in the divine plan, we would not need to worry. Lots of money, some money, no money, peace. Great health, some health, poor health, peace. Great knowledge, little knowledge, no knowledge, peace. Knowing, believing, and having faith in the fact that God knows what we need in life and it's her great pleasure to supply those needs brings peace and leaves worry at that proverbial door. And in that way, I do see peace as a byproduct of living right, meditation, caring for my fellow man, spending as much time with God, both passively and actively, brings the most precious gift of all, peace. Now, going back to the story of the two wolves inside of us, we get to choose which wins, by which one we feed. That's the moral of the story. We have the power from God to choose our thoughts. Which thoughts are you choosing to hold on to today? Especially those little insidious, fleeting ones. Those are the real problem ones. My prayer for each of us is to be the ones that bring us peace. And you say, Rev Claude, if you knew the burdens that I am dealing with right now, you'd know there is no way, no possible way I have the power to choose. It's too big. It's too bright. I can't turn it off. We've all been there, right? And if not today, we have been in the past, and there are challenges up ahead for each of us. And we don't get to choose everything that happens in life, but we always get to choose our response to it, how we think about it, and what we project into our future. Always. Is it hard? Sometimes it's incredibly hard. So what do? Our best. We do our best. If we need to cry it out, we do. If we need to stomp it out, we do that. If we need to call a friend or talk or walk or journal or attend a service or listen to an inspiring message, we do. We anchor ourselves in a loving God, the mighty counselor, the Prince of Peace, from our reading from Isaiah this morning, who always wants our highest and best. And we go from there. Sometimes 20% is our best, sometimes 50%, and so on. We do our best and come back to our birthright of peace as soon as we are able, to the degree that we are able, as it is the best mode of operation for us, those we love, and the world. And take a deep breath now, because what I'm about to say could be seen as part of the graduate course in spirituality and may not resonate with some, and that's perfectly fine. Can we at least be open to the thought that all things in my life today are somehow, in some way, here to aid my spiritual evolution? That's a tough one, especially if we're going through, in some cases, incredibly hard stuff. And that's not to minimize any of that or our pain by any stretch. We stand with each other through that pain. We support each other with compassion, love, and strength. The way I see it is, I'm here not inside a playground, but a classroom. Things do not always go the way I want them to go. And sometimes I feel lost, alone, not knowing what to do next or how to make it better. Here are a few current examples from my life today. My mother went into assisted living, a few months ago. Her mind is changing quickly, and it's been hard. A close friend has recently been diagnosed with cancer and is starting her journey as we stand with her. I personally haven't had a paycheck since September, and the state of the world weighs heavy on my mind, just to name a few. These things are real. They're all real. These human challenges escape none of us. We have empathy for each other. We support each other, and thank God for that love and support. I can't always know the purpose, the goal, or the why of it, the why of these things that happen. But my trust in God, my trust in God. And I believe all of us, are here to learn the lessons that will let us evolve to higher and higher levels of spirituality until after many lifetimes, we, like Jesus and the saints of all religions and all walks of life, become God-realized masters, fully expressing the Christ within. That is the goal of our lives. May I never be overly attached to this ever-changing, unpredictable world. There is much more to my spiritual journey than this one small incarnation of perhaps thousands or millions of lifetimes. It's not really about this finite world, is it? Gone in a blink. It's about spirit, our everlasting spiritual journey with a loving, divine father, mother, friend, being essence that loves us to our core in every way, at all times, directing and comforting us every minute, and provides a means to peace no matter what this finite world looks like or throws our way. So as we walk through life today, and especially in this time, this beautiful, mysterious time of Advent, no matter what we're dealing with, no matter how hard it is or how impossible it seems in this moment, may we all stay centered in his love, in this love, peace, joy, and faith of that spirit, of that divine presence. We are never alone. We are never without. We are never forgotten, forsaken, or devoid of that loving presence that supports us all and sees us through now and always. My most heartfelt blessings to you and all. May peace be yours now and always. Amen. Now let's go into a nice time of meditation. Joe, is it you who does this part or do I do this part?
It's your turn. Yes, it's your.
Okay. Well, I can't see the full thing because your little head is in the
Oh,
way.
okay. We have our affirmation that we do before meditation. And let's go ahead and do that as we step into meditation. I am open and receptive to the Spirit of truth, healing in me what needs to be healed and revealing to me what needs to be revealed. I am open and receptive to the Spirit of truth, healing in me what needs to be healed and revealing to me what needs to be revealed.
Amen. All right, dear ones, this is our time. This is our time. Let's center ourselves in the best way you know how. Leave the problems, the disturbances, the heartache, the heartbreak, the weight of the world at the door. Let's reconnect with Source. That's who we are. That's who we are. We are spirit. And we have the wonderful opportunity, if only for a few moments, to connect with that source. Observe your breathing. Just let that be your anchor. And if anything comes up, no matter how big or bright, even if you get 5% or 10% out of this, it's enough. For today, it's enough. Let's breathe in as we center ourselves in God. We breathe out as we claim the stillness. Let's touch that peace. Let's meet spirit in the sweetest of ways, in this cocoon of peace. And if peace was a light, a radiant light at your third eye or in your heart space, allow yourself to be fully focused on that for a few minutes. What color is that light of peace for you? What are the dimensions? Is it a cycling sphere of energy? Is it a beautiful, warm, glowing light? Enter that light. Enter that light of divine peace that is yours. Inherently, it's yours. Now watch this magical light of peace grow. And as it grows, it envelops your entire being as you sit here. And then it envelops the room you're in and the dwelling that you're in and the state of Rhode Island and the state of the country, the US, or any country that you are in. And then it envelops the world and grows larger still in the universe and the cosmos. It's all one. It's all one. It's all segmentations of the one. Feel your connection to the peace that binds us all. The peace that passes all understanding. It is yours. It is ours. Soak it up. Feel the molecules, feel the energy in this state of peace, this state of grace. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. All is well. And repeat silently to yourself, I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. Now, for the next few moments, let us dwell in the silence of this peace. Dear ones, I invite you to come back into the room that you were in as we start to come back into our bodies fully, rejuvenated, refreshed, renewed in the awesome spirit of peace, especially at this time of Advent. When you're ready, start to open your eyes as we continue with our blessed service. Ah.